All right, Bradley Martyn is here, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, of course I'm live. All right, wait, hold on, but they can't hear you yet. So I'm gonna get set up. We're okay. Yeah, I'm live already. Okay, hold up. We are waiting.
Patty's on the way.
We're waiting on Lean Beef Patty. She's on the way apparently. We are you caught us while we were watching the Chinese billionaire accused of building a web of lies. We can do that if you want. We can keep watching this while we wait for Lean Beef Patty. But then when she gets here, we are going to try out all of my favorite. Yeah.
Wow.
Here, pull it over here. Show them what we got.
Like
what we're working with.
Different.
This is like one of my many.
Wow.
Yeah, I got a fuckload of a massive amount. We got beef jerky. I mean, don't start eating yet.
Okay. All right. So
no eating yet.
No eating yet.
Yeah.
Damn.
I
So
know.
what is this billionaire?
Dude, I don't even fucking know. Apparently, this is a Chinese billionaire, Guo Wengui, who was arrested this weekend, charged with orchestrating a conspiracy to defraud his online followers out of more than $1 billion.
Did you say that right? How did you know if you said that right?
Guo Wengui? I don't know.
You know?
I kind of know how to read it. That's it. I mean, I just, to be honest, I'm freestyling half the time when I read like Chinese names. I really don't know what the naming, like how to read it, to be honest. So yeah, people are saying I did not do it right.
Yeah, I mean, dude.
Yeah, I don't fucking know. After making his billions in China, Guo reinvented himself in the U.S. as an advocate for democracy. He claimed to be intent on taking down. Taking down the authoritarian Chinese government. He collaborated with Steve Bannon and found a loyal fan base online, but beneath his bombastic persona lies a web of lies and an extensive money-making scheme. This is the Guo Wengui.
Before we say more, I know I've been here before and I watched you stream, but I'm really impressed by you, man. You're kind of like a computer.
What do you mean by that?
Just watching you watch the chat and like you pick up things. The chat's going so fast, but you'll pick up things and like read them really briefly while you're still doing other things. It's pretty fucking impressive.
Always.
Yeah, it's fuck.
Hell yeah.
Crazy. So what is this shit about? Why they got Trump flags?
There's a wait here. Hold on. I'll just show it to you like this first. So this is the exact same fucking. I remember watching this actually. Exiled Chinese billionaire uses YouTube to wage a war on corruption. So it's the very same guy that they propped up as like a hero because he was exiled by the Chinese government. And now they're doing an investigation 5 years later, talking about how he was, defrauding his followers online. Turns out wasn't such a good guy after all, apparently. Yeah. This guy rose to power during the 2008 Beijing Olympics, getting development rights by taking out government officials that block him by stalking them and taking their sex tapes. Wild shit, the CCP liquidated all of his Chinese real estate assets. It's awesome. Look, you might be critical of China, and, there's plenty of people that are, and there's good reason to be critical of China, but the one thing that they do very well is handle their fucking wealthy. When their wealthy motherfuckers step out of line, they liquidate their assets, or maybe sometimes they liquidate them in general. Which all I'm saying is it'd be pretty sick. It'd be pretty cool if the Norfolk Southern, right? Like Ohio, the train derailment happens.
Yeah, insane.
Norfolk Southern is one of 4 major corporations that basically fucking cover entire territories across the United States. Imagine if when that shit happens, there's thousands of them happening a year. The American government goes, hey, you can't do that actually. We've decided, what the fuck are you doing?
Wait, the train derailment, that shit happens that often?
Yeah, there's like 1,000 of them, yeah. You just hear about it when the media covers it or when
so why are they not controlling it? That's what you're saying.
No, I mean, look, train derailments happen. It's a common occurrence, but there are ways to mitigate that. And what you're supposed to do basically is ensure that there's good safety measures in place, things of that nature. And yet we don't do that, right? Why the fuck don't we do that? Well, because that would hurt the profit margins of these mega corporations that basically fucking have captured the entire marketplace. You can't go anywhere else. And trains are a fundamentally important part of our logistics. They are they're basically how you get clean water supply. They send chlorine into different jurisdictions, things of that nature. So when labor unions, the railroad unions, for example, say we need better safety, we need to hire more people because people are like falling on the job, they're falling ill on the job with no fucking paid time off. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you need to hire more people, and the companies say, fuck no, we're not going to do that, and we're actually going to cut the safety inspections. The way that they deal with it in China would be by, you know, throwing the fucking executive in jail and forcibly regulating that industry. We don't actually do that, though. We don't do that here in America, which is what was one thing that I think, you know, China does better, I would say, than the United States. That's my take on this. The same shit happens in China. Probably don't look to them. Perhaps look at how Japan deals with it instead. I mean, it's the same shit happens. I'm not saying that China, of course, you know, are devoid of any sort of issues. Bro, stop even looking at it.
Oh, sorry.
God, you are such a fatty, bro. Sorry. You are such a fatty. He's literally like, come on. Like, let's get started on the food,
talking
please.
About China, fucking shit.
He's like, come on, let's get on the food. No, you're just like, you're looking at it and you're like, let me get in on the food already. Let me try to fix this camera.
Have you never met Patty? What? Cut it off.
What do you mean?
You cut it off.
Oh, I cut it recently. Wow, you don't like it? Yeah, no, I grew it for like a year, and
like
then
Jesus.
And I didn't like it. I looked like a cult leader. Yeah, so I was like,
I thought you looked cool.
I didn't like it.
My hair was cool, man.
I look too beta, bro. All the fucking real alpha males on Twitter they were like, oh, you got long hair like a girl, so I had to cut it off to be more alpha.
You should go bald, dude.
Alpha dog, yeah. That's the most alpha. That's the most alpha dog you can be.
Yeah.
Nah, I already take DHT blockers, dude.
Imagine you went from that to bald.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
I already take DHT blockers for that, bro. I'm not fucking around.
I know.
What do you think about Ron DeSantis eating pudding with his 3 fingers? He's just like dumping 3 fingers in there. How fucked up is that shit?
Where is that? You seen that?
Yeah, new article came out about him. Apparently, like 3 different staffers said that one time they were on a private plane going to fucking Washington or something, and he like literally in front of all of them dumped 3 fingers into the fucking chocolate pudding.
Kind of dope. Was it like a shared chocolate pudding? Or was it his?
No, it was his, but it's still disgusting. Dope? What do you mean? He's an animal.
You don't like eating with your hands?
I mean, I eat with my hands all the time, but shit that you're supposed to eat with your hands. If it's a fucking pudding cup, I'm not putting that shit.
Yeah, but who determines what you're supposed to eat with your hands?
Well, you and Ben Shapiro apparently agree on that. Let's see what he has to say.
The Daily Beast now reports that according to 2 sources, the Florida governor once ate, not repeatedly, once ate
not repeatedly, one time,
pudding with his fingers.
I love the way this
chatter
guy
over
talks,
DeSantis' public engagement has also surfaced past unflattering stories about his social skills, particularly his propensity to devour food during meetings. He would sit in meetings and eat in front of people, a former DeSantis staffer told the Daily Beast, always like a starving animal who has never eaten before, getting bleep everywhere. Enshrined in DeSantis lore is an episode from 4 years ago.
He said he ate like an animal, starving animal. Has never eaten before, getting shit everywhere.
During a private plane trip from Tallahassee to Washington, D.C. in March of 2019, DeSantis enjoyed a chocolate pudding dessert by eating it with 3 of his fingers, according to 2 sources familiar with the incident.
This is what I said was like, look, I've done this. Like, I've done shit like this before. I'm a big, like, I lick the cup. Like, when I get a sweet green bowl, like, I lick the sauce clean.
Dude,
Wait, you don't do that?
No, but this is also just really funny how, like, we're literally sitting here talking about how someone else eats fucking pudding. And he's also doing it too.
It's very important, dude. What do you mean?
Oh, yeah, okay, fuck, my bad. Yeah,
it's very important to it says a lot about who you are as a person.
Honestly, why the fuck do we not discuss more, like, meaningful topics like this more often?
Yeah, like Trump, okay? Greatest president of all time, yes or no?
Yes, of course.
The GOAT, yeah, the best, okay? Absolute best, we agree.
Yes.
You know, one thing that completely diminishes his legacy, though, motherfucker eats steak with ketchup and it's well done. Well done steak with ketchup. No, that's unacceptable.
You're right.
No, that's jailable. Like, honestly.
That is really weird.
Like,
ketchup on steak?
Yeah, he puts ketchup on well done steak. Can you imagine that shit? No. It undermines his legacy entirely. Fuck. Yeah. Yeah. He should be the one in Guantanamo Bay and not everybody else. Like, it's fucked up. Anyway, yeah, don't show that on camera because there might be an address on it.
But that's all that matters, right? That's a huge story. Now, you have never eaten food with your fingers, of course, because you were brought up in the court of Queen Victoria. So you've never eaten food with your fingers. And if we're going to go on like the scale of weirdness, obviously eating pudding with your fingers on a plane in the middle of a campaign, way weirder than actually believing that a man who cuts off his dick is a woman.
What the fuck? Where do they even come from?
Wait,
whoa. What
the fuck's going on right now?
No, dude, these guys are okay. Look, here's what it is. These guys are perverts. Okay, they got trans on the mind all the time.
What's happening?
They can't. They're obsessed. They literally can't get through like 3.5 words without immediately somehow mentioning trans people. Like, there's nothing going on related to trans people in this story at all. Okay, like, and he immediately had to be like, oh. It's weird. It's weird to eat pudding with 3 fingers, but also, you know what's weird? Trans people. Like, okay, sick, dude. Thank you for your insightful analysis on this for no fucking reason whatsoever. Because they're perverts.
Was that a part of the rest of his show? Was he talking about that or just?
No, he just literally will fit that in. He will tuck that in anywhere he can. Okay, no matter what happens. That's why I think like for a lot of normal people, it's like some. Normal people, the normative position, as I talk about regularly about trans people, is that like a lot of people are apathetic, or they just don't really like think about it, or maybe they think it's like kind of weird, they don't really understand it, but ultimately they're not like this fucking obsessed. Okay, yeah, this obsessed about trans people like nonstop. They're like, oh man, I stubbed my toe. Must be a trans person that hasn't stubbed their toe today, and that's their fault somehow. Like, it's just insane. It's like, like why do you care this much about? Why do you care this much about marginal people that like are not doing anything to you whatsoever? Like you're literally nonstop. You got trans on the mind. Can't stop thinking about it. Okay? They're freaks. They're literally freaks. They are like infinitely bigger freaks than the way that they try to describe trans people as. Okay? Like that's it. That's just how it is. They try to describe trans people as freaks, but all they do is come across, in my opinion, as like fucking actual freaks. Especially the worst of them is like fucking Matt Walsh, who like literally is constantly talking about children's genitalia, like literally nonstop. It's like, bro, you're a fucking weirdo. Yeah.
I don't see none of that shit.
But on a scale of weirdness, the president of the United States sitting there and calling it sinful not to trans the children, way less weird than. Now, here's the thing: the current president of the United States actually has pudding for brains. So it is significantly less important to me how people eat pudding than the fact that the current president of the United States actually has pudding between his ears. Like that is actually
yeah, good stuff. Matt Walsh famously said, if my son sexually assaulted my daughter, I wouldn't care. Well, he said he wouldn't go to the authorities. That's what he said.
What?
Yeah, when he was defending the Duggars. Yeah, those guys are fucking psychos, dude. They're all freaks. I mean, we're not even gonna cover it any further. You know, we're not touching any of that. Oh, did you see this? The Wire star Lance Reddick dead at 60.
Yeah, how did he die? He's so young.
Man. We don't know what happened. We don't know what happened. From what I understand,
there's no
rest in peace.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, he was he was in a lot of video games. Lance Reddick was awesome. He was a big TYT fan as well. For those of you who don't know, he's been on TYT like many times. I mean, he's awesome. He was a huge like progressive hero, pretty much.
They say how, like, they said nothing about how he died.
No, they said that it was the cause of death is currently unclear, but I think they said it was natural.
Okay.
It's odd because like he was just doing a press tour, you know what I mean? He seems like he's very healthy too. So I don't know. It's just like it's odd and very sad. Thordak in Critical Role's The Legend of Vox Machina. Yeah. Real homies remember Homicide and OZ rip Jimmy Basil. Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm reading the chat. Wait. Oh, here's President Brandon having a fun one. Biden jokes he's really not Irish because he's sober and doesn't have relatives in jail. I love that. That's fucking awesome. Come on, dude. That's funny. What are you going to be sensitive about?
I don't give a fuck, dude. This guy's hilarious to me.
Oh, yeah, Brandon can be unintentionally and sometimes even intentionally very funny.
That's the funniest shit.
Yeah, let's see what he.
To Ireland, it was a great experience. I'd been to Ireland many times, but not to actually look up to find my actual family members. And there were so many, and they actually weren't in jail. They were all, but all kidding aside, I met the Blewitts and the Finnegans and all of the folks who we were related to. Spent 6 days there. And one of the things that, and the Finnegans were from County Louth. And there's still, if you go to County Louth, there's still a place called Finnegan's Pub, which is, Reverend, it's related to my...
He's rambling. Dude, yeah, stick to the funny jokes, man. Come on. Be like, yeah, I'm not drunk, so I'm not Irish. You know what I mean? That's good. Like, short bursts.
Yeah.
Short bursts of, like, shit like that. He's quick on his feet sometimes, which you would not expect. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
That's when he's at his best. That's when he's at his best.
Moments.
And then he fucking rambles on, and you're like, oh, come on, old man. Shut the fuck up.
My family. Now, I'm the only Irishman you've ever met, though, that's never had a drink, so I'm okay.
He never had a drink?
Not Irish.
Yeah, I've never had a drink, so clearly I'm not Irish. That part was good. Let's see if people are actually criticizing him for this, because that's pretty funny. Biden's meandering remarks didn't directly touch on increasing pressure from GOP investigators who say they want to determine... Oh, shut up. Oh, boring. I mean, he's literally sitting right next to McCarthy at the event. You know what I mean? Oh, I mean, this is a classic, too. This is one of my favorites.
Mr. Biden, a quick word for the BBC.
The BBC, I'm Irish.
What?
He says, BBC, I'm Irish.
Mr. Biden, a quick word for the BBC.
The BBC, I'm Irish.
Yeah, he's an Irish Republican, dude. What do you mean? What do you mean, dude? This is the goated. This is a legendary Biden moment. One of my favorite, honestly. Have to bring that up. Possibly at the top of the hour, too.
No.
Because at the top of the hour, there is a 3-minute ad break. And if you no longer want to see those ads, all you need to do is subscribe, ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, and ambies.
Gotta get her.
Yeah, I'll go grab her right now while this plays. Or you can grab her. Wait, I'll come with you. Oh, you want her to park in here? Okay. All right, ladies and gents, here's the 3-minute ad break now. You can avoid it by subscribing or by getting gifted a sub.
Come, let us hear you tell how you slandered great Parnell when you taught them well and truly persecuted. What are the sneers and jeers that you loudly let us hear when our leaders of 16 were executed? Come on, sugar like and tans, come out and fight me like a man. Show your wife how you won medals down in Flanders. And how the IRA made you run like hell away from the green and lovely lanes of Kilishandra. Come tell us how you slew them all Arabs 2 by 2. Like the Zulus, they had spears, a bow and arrows. How bravely you faced one with your 16-pounder gun, and you frightened them damn natives to the marrow. Come out, shipwreck and tans, come out and fight me like a man. Show your wife how you won medals down in Flanders. Tell her how the IRA made you run like hell away from the green and lovely lanes of Kilishandra. The time is coming fast, and I think this day is near, when each Shonin traitor he will run before us. And if there'll be a need, well, our kids will say Godspeed with a verse or two of singing this fine chorus. Come out, shake like and tans, come out and fight me like a man. Show your wife how you won medals down in Flanders. Tell her how the IRA made you run like hell away from the green and lovely lanes of Kilishandra. Come out, shake like and tans, come out and fight me like a man. Show your wife how you won medals down in Flanders. Tell her how the IRA made you run like hell away from the green and lovely lanes of Kilishandra.